All right, today we're going to trace the path of a really cool idea. We're going from a simple little sketch in a notebook all the way to a fully fleshed out home heating system. Let's jump right in. You know that feeling, right? You're sitting by a cozy fire, it feels amazing, but you can't help but think, man, how much of this heat is just poof, gone, straight up the chimney? Well, it turns out a lot of it is, and we're about to unpack a really clever solution to that exact problem.
Okay, so let's rewind to the very beginning. It all starts with that common problem of wasted heat, and a really clever idea.
You know, every huge invention has to start somewhere. And for this one, it was right here. Just a simple sketch on a notepad. The goal? Super straightforward. Don't let the good heat get away. Trap it and send it back where it belongs, into the room. And what's so cool is that even in the super early sketch, all the key pieces of the puzzle are already there. You've got your heat source, right? The fire. Then as the smoke goes up, instead of just vanishing, it gets funneled through these copper tubes. Copper is great for absorbing heat. Then you've got these reflective walls on three sides and the top to bounce that captured heat back into the room, and vents to push it out. It's basically a complete system, just in a simple drawing. Amazing. Okay, but a sketch is just the start, right? Making it something you can actually build is the next big step. So let's see how this idea evolves into a proper engineering plan. And here it is. This is that evolution in real time. The idea isn't just floating around anymore. It's got a structure, a steel wireframe. This isn't just a concept now. It's a real blueprint. And look closely. You see these repeating exhaust modules? That's a huge clue. It tells us they're thinking about a standardized, modular design. But this, right here, this little note on the blueprint is the real game changer. Chimney height customizable. Think about what that means. This isn't some rigid one-size-fits-all thing. Because it's modular, you can actually adapt it, you can scale it to fit pretty much any home. That is a massive leap forward. It makes it a real, practical product for almost anybody. So let's break down the whole shebang. We've got the steel wireframe holding it all together, then the modular exhaust units, and inside those, the all-important copper tubes. There's even a low-power fan to make sure the air keeps moving up nicely. And then you've got the practical bits, like mounting brackets and a glass front for the fireplace. I mean, they're really thinking through every single detail to make this thing real.
All right, we've seen the blueprint, we've seen the parts list, but how does it all actually work? How does it get the heat from the chimney into your room? Let's follow the heat.
It's actually a pretty brilliant and efficient process. So first, the hot smoke and air rise up into those modules. As it winds its way through all those copper tubes, the copper just soaks up the heat, kind of like a car's radiator. That little fan is there to give it a gentle push, to keep everything flowing smoothly upwards. And then, the grand finale. Those reflective walls act like mirrors, but for heat, bouncing all that wonderful warmth right back into your room instead of letting it escape outside. Now, trapping heat is fantastic, but they didn't stop there. The designer looked at this and thought, what's the other big problem with fires? Yep, the smoke.
And that led to this next level idea, a smoke condensation chamber. It's basically an advanced module you can add on that, well, it scrubs the smoke clean before it ever leaves your chimney. We're talking cleaner, more eco-friendly exhaust.
And this new sketch shows us exactly how that would work. See how it sits right on top of the heat-trapping modules? It's designed to be the final step, grabbing all those nasty pollutants before they escape. This adds a whole new layer to the entire system.
And the difference it makes is, well, it's huge. You start with regular smoke, full of dust and soot particles. But after it goes through this chamber, what comes out the top of your chimney is basically just humidified air. All that gunk gets trapped in tiny water drops. So how does it actually do that? The science here is it's really clever. The sketch lays it out. You have these plates that use static electricity to attract the dust and soot. It's like a magnet for the grime. Then, a humidifier sprays a fine mist of water. The dust sticks to the water, the drops get heavy, and they fall down into a collection tray. So simple and so effective.
Okay, let's just take a step back and really look at the whole journey we've just walked through.
I mean, look at this. On one side, you have that first spark, that little idea scribbled on a piece of paper. And on the other, you have a sophisticated, multi-part system that doesn't just warm your house super efficiently, but actually cleans the air on its way out. The evolution is it's incredible to see. And really, that's the big takeaway, isn't it? This is just a perfect example of how design really works. You don't have to solve everything all at once. You start with one simple, strong idea. In this case, trap the heat. And then you build on it. You add layers, you add new features, and you let it evolve into something truly innovative.
It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other brilliant, world-changing ideas are just sitting right now in someone's sketchbook, waiting for that next step? What starts as a little doodle to fix a simple problem might just be the blueprint for something huge.